Good evening and welcome back to Astro Colony, where I have done some mining, which is the corridors a little bit smaller. It is too wide, and the reason it is too wide is because for future proofing we have doors, and I'd like to use doors in places just to make it look really realistic. I didn't really look at the doorway here. I don't know what that one is, but this one is too wide. It's 2x3. Our corridors are 2x4 right now, so yeah. The doorways are 2x4. We could always bring them down. I think about it. Always, if it will do it. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, real inconsistency when it comes to wall. Put on. Okay, so yeah, and the reason I've done it this way, we also have the all walls are too thick. So this is too thick wall. This is too thick wall for it. Doors sit on the line. They don't sit in the center of the block, they sit on the line, which means that if you put them here, then they'd have like half a block showing this side and a full block showing this side, because of how you break things down. We're blocking a bit. So yeah, a single wide wall just doesn't work unless you don't want that sort of thing. So we're gonna go with this. We're gonna see what it's like when I get doors. We might change it by the time we get doors. It doesn't really matter. Making walls thinner isn't a problem. Making them thicker might be, but we'll see. We also have the option to panel the whole thing. We could put in floor panels and wall panels and things like that. Kind of defeats the object of building tunnels if I do that, so I probably won't. Maybe get some floor. Depends on some situations. Because we have this area here, which is all mined out all nicely. It's one taller than it really needs to be, but we have machines in here ready to do machinery work. But there's a few problems. Firstly, power. Power is a big problem. Power cables in particular. I need conveyor belts to be running down here and then along here. So running power lines from here along to the wall, like I was going to, and around the walls, would look nice, but doesn't really work. I thought about running them up to the roof and along. That's still kind of an option that I'm thinking of going with. But there is another option, which I kind of showed in the last episode under the door. You can bury power cables. And not only can you bury them, you can place them in floors and in walls and in ceilings. You can't place them in floors. If you look down, you can't place them in a floor. But if you look up, that is being placed inside the ceiling. So we could, if we wanted to, build a little entrance underneath, a little service access tunnel underneath, and put in power cables under there and run them down. They do run through floors as well. Did this down. That is a completely illegal cable. That does work. Now, I'm okay with that. The power cables. I don't mind power cables being run like in the floors, in the walls, whatever like that, and then popping up wherever they need to go. It's a little awkward when you're trying to find one, because there's no way to just find a power cable. It doesn't really show you where they are. If I put one here and then we'll run the power cables in like this to here, boom. We know it's there, but it doesn't actually really show it anywhere. Like I can't see any indication that the power line is there, so remembering where they are would be awkward. Again, maybe walkways could deal with that. Put in a walkway in and go in. The power cables are underneath these walkways. I don't know. I don't know about that. I haven't really figured that one. But I mean, running them under the floor wouldn't be a terrible thing, because with the way the machine's going to load, so this is going to be our iron machine, and we have copper, gold, and aluminium next to it, although aluminium doesn't require as much as the other one, so it'd just be the main three. So if we ran a power line like along here, and then ran lines out, so one here which would go for these ones, one here which would go for these, and then one here, that would work. Alternatively, we could run them up into the roof and along. I don't know, I haven't really figured it out. I did do a little bit of playing around, experimentation with some things, and discovered something which is not intended and we're not going to use, but it's fun, so I'm going to show you it as well. And it only works on planets that I know of. It doesn't really work on, you got foundation, doesn't work on foundation. Would work with floors as well, because floors do not block things. So you could technically hide all your conveyor belts. We could have a conveyor belt coming in here like this, but and conveyor belts you can run through walls and things. You can through walls. That's a completely legal conveyor belt and will work. Won't stop items. The items will move through the wall. But you can run your conveyor belts underground like this. And then you could do that. Have them come up, and we could then put in our logic blocks here. Go boom and say, hey, this is going to be for iron. It's going to be the iron one. And then we can get our pickaxe and fill in around it. Oh, boom, boom, and that will work. That will absolutely work. Any if you had, imagine that was a long belt there. I don't have enough to say, but the goods would come in underground, would get splits here. You can actually access the pusher here. And it would come up out of the ground and into there. It looks weird. It would look extremely weird, but it would work. So we have that option. Not really one I'm going to take. Not one that I want to do. Boop, boop. Yeah, it's not really one that we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna actually be running the belts like in here. Might run through the walls. I don't know. There is an option I've got for walls which I've been looking at, and under gadgets there is a vent here. I don't know what this actually does. I don't know if it's a solid block. It might be, it might not, I'm not sure. I've never unlocked it, so I don't know. But I was thinking of putting vents in the walls and then running the conveyor belt through it. So the conveyor belt would technically be running through the wall, and then you just put a vent on the wall and it makes it look like it's coming through the wall. I don't know, maybe. We'll see to it when we get to it. There's also the walls that we can do, actual physical walls, so you can do like wall mods and stuff like that to make it look like it's a conveyor belt entrance, I suppose. I don't know. We can figure that out later. Right now, I think what's going to happen is we're literally just going to have a hole in the wall, oof, not even run it out. That's inconsistent striking with the pickaxe. Oop. Like that, and then we'll come in via that hole, come in and do its thing there. So yeah, that's what's going to currently happen. I think that's the best way to do it. Unfortunately, it is more than a block wide because of the way the game uses marching squares instead of voxels, or marching cubes instead of voxels, which is just the way terrain generates. So it looks weird. In order to fill that hole in, we'd have to actually put 3 panels in to hide it, possibly 6 wall panels. We don't have wall panels unlocked yet, but yeah, that's so we'll see how this goes. I don't really know what we're going to do here. I kind of don't want to just floor things and then panel things and do sorts of bits like that, because it really does defeat the object of building underground. But speaking of underground, Let me know what you think. I'm on the side of doing this, building a underground thing for the power, and then just the conveyor belts can be in there. Because conveyor belts, you don't hurt you anyway. They don't push you around. Don't think you just walk over top of them. Who cares? Who cares about them? Fine. Power cables, on the other hand, do get in the way. You do if I do hit power cables, you can step over them. Quite nice, but you do actually physically hit them, and they can't share a space with a conveyor belt. Can't run conveyor belts through them. Not allowed to. So if they could share a space with a conveyor belt, I'd be fine with it, but they can't, so figure out another way for that. However, in the process of mining out this cave, which doesn't need to be any longer, well, doesn't need to be longer this, can we put in, I could if I had anything to build it with, so okay, so that's cool. The storage is going to go there, but we don't have any rods. But we found copper right here, and there's also something here that I can't get into. I've expanded the top of it, and can't expand the bottom. I can't mine out the dirt. It won't even mine the dirt because it thinks I'm trying to mine the copper. And here is something else. I'm going to scan this one here, which is copper as well. So we have a copper vein, and look at this vein. Look at this. Look at the size of this. It's huge. We need to get rid of that because it's in the way. It's in the way. Sort of. It's not actually technically in the way because nothing's going to get into it, but it's in the way of the cave. So how do we? We need to go to the top of it. We need to get to the top of it. We've got to get to the top of this rather than the bottom of it. So, scan, and conveniently, it is actually exposed. Oh, I did not know that. That makes life easy. That makes life wildly easy. So, what we'll do, we will set up a words. We'll set up words. See, I can't fill that in now. Even though I mined that one out, I can't fill it in. That's funny, but do me a scan. Oh, we actually want to come back there. I want to come this side, realistically. Don't have much in the way of flooring and things, so we're a little bit low on goods for our working set. So if I then put in like that. Scanning. Oh no, we need to come back one. Okay, come back on. So it wants to mine this row. Oh no, that's right. Hang on. Yeah, that's right. That was right. It was correct. So do this, do that, move that. Because the mine. Let's look at the drill. We're going to work with the drill. The drill is a very, very, very simple thing that we can't build because I need 4 copper ingots. Can I take? Got loads of stuff in you. You are currently 40% power. What would you do? Three. Speaking of running cables through walls. No, come through. Cool. Okay, so powered that one up there, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the copper, iron, gold here, and let it just process up all the things it needs to process because I need more ingots. more ingots. I'd rather this process it than I process it because it makes more. So, okay. So, we want to do this here. Now, the way the drill works, now we can actually build it. The drill has a interesting footprint. The footprint to place it is a 2x3, so it takes 6 tiles to place. And it looks as if I try and put it on flat terrain, once you see the way this does things, so you'll see here, it looks as if it mines another 2x3. But it doesn't. It's a little misleading. It actually mines a 3x3. And the footprint it requires is a 2x3 to place it, but it will mine. So if I placed it here, it will mine this tile, this one, mine these 3x3. So it mines right up to its foot, which is weird because that's where you place it. So you would put floor down there, you place it, and then it would mine through the floor, which is a little odd, but well, that's just the way it's done. That's the way it is. So what you do is you build something like this with a floor poking out for it, or whatever you want to do. You know, it can just be on the surface if you wanted to do that. Fine. Go down, and then I remove the floor myself. It doesn't matter. It will drill through the floor and ignore the floor. But if we do that, now it will mine these 9 tiles right here. So if I do this, boom, it will mine this, this, and this, this, and this, this, and I think it goes down 6 tiles. So yeah, so you can do that. We could lower this one as well, because the actual drill arm can go up one square above what it currently is. So let's do that, because then we can drill down much further. And that's what we want to do. We want to drill down as far as we can go. So because there's floor there, what I should be able to do, hopefully, it might not let me do it because there's copper. Yeah, it won't let me do it because there's copper. It's not telling me what tile is actually bad there. I'm going to guess it's because the copper is at the foot level. So okay, we can't do that. But you can if we were to put it elsewhere, you can actually put it one tile lower than that. It's just the footprint for it has to be certain consistency for it. Now I can't build those 2 tiles up there, so I'll run the floors in again, and we'll put this one down because that's the machine we want. And then I'll remove them. This it'll remove that dirt as well, which is fine. Okay, and that will drill down. As I said, I believe 6 tiles. I wanted to put it further down one because then we get more into them. It'll drill down 6 tiles. We will then have to move the drill down to mine the rest of the copper out and down. Or we could alternatively mine it ourselves. It's just it takes 5 hits to do 1 copper, and as you can see right here, this has 25 copper in it. Sorry, so that's 125 strikes to get rid of that 1 block. There is 2,875 copper in here. If we were to mine it all by hand, that's 2875 times 5. I'm not figuring that all out, but that's how many times you'd have to hit things. So we're not going to do that. We are not going to do that. Not at all. We are, however, going to get rid of this one here, because right here we can place a carbon generator. Oh, there'd be plants here. Yes. Here. We're going to put a carbon generator because we need power for this. So carbon generator. I'd like to put it there. Oh yeah, there you go. Boom, boom. Some machines can be placed in walls, particularly when it comes to terrain. They don't seem to be very restrictive when it comes to terrain. So kind of go away with weird stuff with them. So boom, like that. Grab this. I'm going to split you evenly. Grab that. Put you in there. Boom. You're producing 10, but you only need 3, so that's fine. And you are going to start mining. You see it's gone out, and it's going to start mining that one there, and then it will come back and mine. It goes along back again. And when it gets to the one, it will go up and mine it properly. So it knows, it's smart, and it will drill down and take all the copper for us, which is fantastic. To get the other copper that's inside here, that copper vein there, we either have to mine from the surface down or just into the wall here. I think we're going to mine into the wall, mine the copper out, and then fill the wall in. So that's going to happen a lot. We're going to find veins that we're going to have to basically find the top of and then drill them out, then fill in behind them. So okay, so this is going to take a while, and that's fine, it's going to take a while. So I think we are going to call this one here, and we'll come back next time and we'll figure out what comes next. I will mine all the copper out here. I'll even go in and I'll mine this copper in here, and that will also give us some more time to do more gathering of bits and pieces. We also want to go and explore this planet over here, so we can see that. In fact, let's go now. Let's go. We can go ourselves. We'll have a quick look around. We'll bring the episode to a close here. So we've got lovely little greenery, quite nice. We could flatten this down and keep it as an outside place. I want a green. Oh, excuse me. I want a green planet like this, with some trees on it, preferably keeping the trees intact if possible, because we can't plant trees. So, but I want a green place like this, kind of intact, so that we can put our oxygen generator on it and use this as somewhere where our colonists live. This is a bit of a small world. There's a bit of it. We can make it square, which is not ideal because the oxygen generator obviously doesn't work. Build an oxygen generator just out of curiosity. Twice. Roll for it. But it's bigger than this, so we want to find another green world like this one. We will burrow this world. I think we'll grab it and take it with us. It's got resources on it. It's got gold, and gold is very important. Gold is very important. We don't have any gold, so we definitely got. These are the only two planets that we currently have in our sphere of influence. Actually, tell a lie, there's another one up here. Yeah, so this one's got gold as well. Okay, so we've got multiple planets. So we then need to go hunting and looking around and seeing things, but we need better engines for that. There's no way our engines can take us 172 light years that direction back home. It's just not. It would take a lifetime. It would take a lifetime for that to happen. So we are going to have to go through the tech tree and get ourselves some better engines so that we can return home. Because I would like to return home, but I think we're realistically going to need, well, probably something like space mapping to know where we're going, because difficult to understand which direction we're going to be going in. So yeah, I think we'll have to get to here, or we can actually even think about going home. We're currently lost in space, and until we can map space and get a radar so we can actually start looking at things, we don't know. We know the map says that, you know, our first station is over here. We're over there, but I mean, actually trying to find something like this, needle in a haystack, it's gonna be difficult. It's going to be difficult. So yeah, that's it. Lost in space, lost in time. That's weird, evident. Cool. So we shall do this one here. We shall come back next time and we shall continue with the process of rebuilding civilization. Yeah. I really hope when we call astronauts they know where to come to, because well, our address has changed just a little bit. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.